up, adventurers? Appreciate y'all. I hope everybody's having a good day. So today I have a very special treat for everybody. This is what we're working on. I started cutting it. As you can see, we got a pretty good size cut in the backyard. We're mainly doing it so we can back drain everything, and also so we can get to the good topsoil. Now this one is the one that Shy is working on. She is the founder of Empowered by Blue Collar, and that's going to be the special treat today. You all are going to ride along with her to see her point of view and watch how a woman operator succeeds. She's doing a very good job. So yeah, we're going to follow her today. Just to kind of give you a rundown, I also got Brandon here with us. He is back here cutting out, getting the fence and getting the grass stripped off and everything. So you see what the swale looks like now. When we get done, it will be a little deeper and it'll go all the way out the back, and that's what all of them are going to be. So see if I can get her attention. Now this is our brand new machine. It is a 255. Mine is a 259. And she's, we both don't really like the 255s. We both like the 259s. They're just more kind of agile, I guess is the best way to put it. They turn a little better, they run a little faster. Now these are a little smoother, they do ride a little better, and as you can see, the bucket on this thing is huge. So today you all are going to be riding around with Empowered by Blue Collar. She's going to show you how a woman in this field succeeds daily and does a very good job. So I just wanted to kind of, liven it up. Make sure that you are going over to her channel, Empowered by Blue Collar. I'll put a link in the description below to her channel. And y'all go give her a sub. We're trying to get her to 50. She's 5 away. And I know that some of you all on my channel will help out and get her to 50. And then she can live stream. So, she'll be able to put her phone in the machine with her and go live, and you all will get to see it up live and personal day with Empowered by Blue Collar. So we're going to get her set up. We'll get everything in the machine here, and that way you all can watch her do her thing at a very grace-like pace. She always does a very good job. Very happy. I'm the one that kind of trained her to be an operator, and she picked it up very quick and does a very good job. So y'all stay tuned. Let's get this in the machine and let's get at it. Alright guys, so y'all been riding around with the Shasta today. Figured I'd show you real quick what all we've got done. We're gonna finish up talking about something here in just a minute. So we cut this and you know, we cut it, got the water to run out of this one. We worked on this front yard. Got this swale cut, got it draining out the back. We got a pile of rock that we got to get rid of. I fixed around this manhole, and that, it was sticking out of the ground like 3 feet. So I done that just to try and make it look better. Now, these are not final graded because we still got to do downspouts, so we're going to do that tomorrow. But I got this. These backyards, and then this is the one that Shy's been working on. We hit some big solid rocks that we cannot get out in this swale, so we had to add some to the front to jack it up and let it flow, and then we cut it a little deeper to make it fall faster since we can't get these big rock out. So you know, sometimes you'll have that, and then you just have to, you know, kind of do what you got to do to get it done. And we've been working on pumping some water out of some holes over here. The hose busted and we didn't know it, and it was filling up, and it just a mess. We got this side here rough, you know, pretty much graded in. Got to get the downspouts in here. So now let's go look at these holes that were dug for no apparent reason. And well, I can't say that. The only thing that I can figure is they done it to get the water out of the footers. But when it's back here, and there's one back here, and the house is up there, like, you know, some of these holes are like 5 feet, 6 feet deep. So we're gonna get them filled up. I did forget to charge my batteries. So, but I mean, you know, that's, you know, ridiculous. Like, there's no point in having, you know, gigantic holes. Like, why didn't you just dig it about 6 inches deep or a foot deep and trench it and let it blow out the back, instead of digging a 5 foot deep hole, you know, in an 8 foot round hole or 5 foot round hole, and then letting it fill up with water. I don't know. I guess I'll never understand some people, you know, so it is what it is. Alright, well, I'm gonna give you back to the Shyster here until the battery dies. So and then y'all can, you know, watch, and we'll fill in these big holes here. So stay tuned, y'all. We'll see you. We'll catch you tomorrow morning or later on today. Hey, good morning, everybody. So
So this is before our downspouts. We got everything graded, our swales cut, and put some topsoil down. And this one was Denver's yard. I know it's a little shady. This is my yard that I done. He helped me do the front of it since I'm still kind of learning. There's my swale blowing out the back. And this morning, that was yesterday when we did all the grades and the swales. And this morning, been digging out all this rock, all this mud, having to fill in some big holes and stuff. That's what we got on the agenda today, so stay tuned and we'll see you soon.